Greetings, guys and dolls. Thank you for joining me for another episode. Today I'll be looking at 21 questions for a new relationship. These 21 questions for intimacy are great questions to ask on a first or second date to set the foundation for love to bloom. You can choose a few to get the ball rolling. So without further ado, no messing about today. Let's delve straight into the questions. Question 1. Who are the most important people in your life? This is an important question as it not only helps you to assess how family-oriented your potential partner is, it also shows you their ability to form close relationship and it will give you an idea of what makes up that person's love map. We did look at love map in episode 2, but I will touch on it briefly again. A love map is a group of traits that is formed between the ages of 7 and 9 and is partially made up of our interaction with our parents, grandparents, perhaps teachers during that particular time. It helps us to form what we should look for or what we will eventually go on to look for in a potential mate. Our preference for a specific type of partner who we want to love is conditioned by, but not limited to, our love map, culture, and background. Some of these traits could include smell, hair color, eye color, personality traits, etc. Armed with this knowledge, you will have an idea where you fit in terms of what him or her is looking for. Even though we all have a love map which gives us a gauge of what we should look for in a potential partner, there are cases when the love map can actually change. For example, if that person see a particular trait in someone that they like, that they didn't know they should look for. So even though you may have the knowledge of, by asking this question, you may have the knowledge of what may make up that particular person's love map, please don't be intimidated by it, but just be yourself and show you for who you are. And maybe you can change that love map or add to it. Question number 2. What makes you laugh? Almost every study has shown that one of the most important things that we look for in a mate is someone who makes us laugh. Happy people laugh frequently. This question will help you understand how relaxed or serious your partner is. And again, it will give you an idea if it's something you want or you're looking for in a relationship. We all want someone who brings a bit of fun or laugh or lightness to a relationship. So this question will help you to gauge, are they fun? Are they serious? Does that particular person have a good balance between being fun and serious? How would you describe love? Studies have shown that we all have a love story that governs our decision whether to be with someone or not. It also helps, our love story also influences how we engage with a relationship or what we expect from a relationship. I did discuss love story in a bit more details in our episode 2, couples compatibility. If you want to revisit that, I will also provide a link in the description where you could read on our blog post more about love stories to help you understand what love stories are, how they influence us, and how they influence our relationships. Most relationships fall apart because couples' love story do not match. This question will help give you an idea whether your love story sync and if you have a chance at a long-term relationship. You can also get in touch. I will leave a link to where you can leave me a voice message. So if you need to know more about love stories, you can also get in touch. As I mentioned earlier, I will provide a link to our blog post where you could read about it, or you can listen to our episode 2, which is couples compatibility, where we touched on love stories a bit more. Because I must also mention that love stories are very important when choosing a partner, because in most cases, love stories can be a make or break for a relationship. So it's good to have an understanding of what your love story is, what's your partner's love story, and whether they are complementary or they can work with each other to build a successful relationship. Question number 4. What books did you like reading growing up? The books we read helps to shape aspects of our personality. Again, the books we read also help us to form our love stories. So having an understanding of the books they read could also give you a gauge of how they think about things in terms of thinking about relationship, love, etc., and help you to understand aspects of their personality. You can use this knowledge again to plan activities, for example, role play if you're into that. You can create fantasies, you can write stories, just anything around knowing what books they liked reading. Question number 5. What are your key frustrations in life, or what it is that you want or need? You can ask this question to figure out what your potential partner unmet needs are. With this information, you could apply seduction methods to store romantic love, and you can be the one to fulfill unmet needs, which again will trigger romantic love, or can potentially trigger romantic love. Because if your needs are fulfilled, we all want someone who fulfills our needs, our desires, and if that particular person needs are fulfilled, they're going to want you around, and of course that could trigger romantic love. What's one scent that reminds you of childhood? Creating nostalgia with his or her favorite scent plus adding new memories can work wonders for building strong bonds in a relationship. Our sense of smell is one of the brain's most primitive senses, same as our sex drive. As a result, memories connected to scents are stored more deeply. For example, if you think about your favorite scent, whether it's a scent attached to a particular smell from a parent or a meal, you will see how quickly that memory related to that scent is going to come floating back to you. No matter how long it's been since you've experienced a scent, it will come to you vividly if you allow yourself to focus on it. So you can provoke your partner's favorite scent by using it on your body. You can burn incense when you're at home spending time together. You can use scented oil during sex with that person's particular favorite scent. You can spritz it on your bed. You can use it in a bubble bath. So there is a number of things you can use once you have an idea of what their favorite scent is, to attach new memories to that scent. Question number 7. If you can be a character in a book, what would it be? That's similar to one of the questions I suggested asking earlier. Again, you can use that to create role play or activities for you guys. Question number 8. Describe your perfect day. Question number 9. 3 wishes. This question gives you an insight again into unmet needs. A lot of us, because we live such busy lives, we have so many unmet needs. And if you can be the one to fulfill those unmet needs, the likelihood of him or her falling in love with you would be very high. Question number 10 asks about favorite Christmas memories, childhood games, music, film, television. You can use this knowledge to plan activities for you too. Again, storing nostalgia, memory, and attaching yourself to favorite memories and activities. What's your hopes for the future? Question number 11. With this question, the aim is to understand other person's dreams and whether it fits in with yours. Listen attentively to discern if your dreams are compatible or complementary, because you don't want to invest a lot of time in a relationship and invest a lot of time in someone to then realize maybe a year or two down the line that your dreams or aspirations for the future are completely different and there's no chance of you actually working out as a couple. So at least perhaps you might have to give up your dreams for someone, and you shouldn't have to give up your dreams and who you are. So having an understanding of what's their dreams, what's their plans for the future, you would know where you fit in and you would know what to expect from the relationship. Question number 12. Where did you grow up and what were your family like? Psychologist Carl Menninger states that a reliable gauge of someone's emotional health as an adult is a stable childhood. Reassurance about the individual's family or background is important if you want a future together, so that lingering wounds or unhealthy patterns can be addressed. So this is a very important question, so you can have an understanding of what they bring to the table in terms of what they've been through, what needs to be changed and fixed or addressed. Question number 13. What's the most interesting job you've ever had? This is a very light-hearted conversation to rebalance this is a very light-hearted question to rebalance the conversation, because as you can see, some of the questions that I've given you so far has touched on very deep, maybe deep memory, deep aspects of their personality. So even though you're not going to ask all 21 of these questions, whether you're going on a first or second date, you can choose a few of the deep ones, but use the lighter ones to rebalance the conversation. So that particular person doesn't think that you just laying it on a bit too thick. Question number 14. Do you have a special place you like to visit regularly? Again, another light-hearted question to keep the conversation flowing. What's your favorite drink? Question number 15. Another light-hearted question. What's the best meal you've ever had? This question can be considered light-hearted, but again, it can also give you an insight into activity you can plan. For example, if you know what's your potential partner's favorite meal for a date, you can plan a meal where you cook that favorite meal for that person, which will help you to attach yourself to another memory, which is good for building bonds and building a strong, intimate relationship. Question number 17. What television show you see yourself in? That's another light-hearted question. It can also give you an insight into that person's personality, because we are normally drawn to people on TV based on their particular character and how our personality matches or complements that person. So with this particular question, you can have an idea of how, not how, but rather an insight into that person's personality or how that person sees themselves or would like to see themselves. Question number 18. What's on your bucket list? This question offers the freedom for him or her to share their dreams and interests with you, which will give you a clear picture regarding compatibility. And it would also give you an idea of how serious or interested they are in you if they're willing to share their dreams and aspirations with you. Question number 19. What's your most valuable possession? This question shows that person's priority, passion, pursuits. It will give you an idea of where their thinking are in terms of if they're ready for a relationship, if they're just having a good time. Because if they're spending their money all the time to go out and do activities, maybe they're enjoying being single and they're not actually ready for a relationship. So asking this question will give you an idea of where they are. If they're just having a good time, are they saving to start a family, they're looking to get a mortgage, etc. Question 20. What's the hardest thing you've ever done, or the scariest? This question will give you an idea if that person is willing to share intimate information with you, because if they're willing to share intimate information with you, it's likely that they are ready, or they're probably not ready. But yeah, probably they are ready for a relationship, and it shows how interested they are with you, because when we share intimate information with someone, it bonds you. Being vulnerable bonds you with someone. So if that person is willing to allow themselves to be vulnerable with you, it will give you an idea of whether they're interested in you, and most importantly, interested in starting a relationship. Number 21 is more of a tip rather than an actual question. So for number 21, my advice is to listen more, speak less. Some people consider themselves to be skilled communication because they can talk endlessly. The art of communication is to listen more than you speak. Research has shown that the brain lights up the same way when a person speaks about themselves as it does when they receive an award. So if you want someone to feel special and important and lay the foundation for romantic love to grow, let them speak. So using these questions, you would ask a lot about that particular person, which will give them more of a chance to speak. And it will make them feel important and special, that you are so interested, that you're asking lots of questions and you want to know everything about them. We all like people around us that makes us feel important and special. So the trick or the tip is to always speak less, ask more questions, let that person feel important. Well, if you want to, or you want to form a relationship, or you want that person in your life. I hope these questions give you that additional step to find the love you deserve. If you're going on the first date, I have provided a link in the description for discount on Amazon, so you can buy a few items to look your best. So please remember to check the links out in the description. I will provide several different links for you. So I'm going to provide links for discount for products on Amazon for you to look your best for your date. I will provide links to our blog where you can find more information on love stories, etc. So until next time, stay safe, be well. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you're enjoying as much of a lovely sunshine as we're currently having in London. Take care. Ta-ta.